We are live.
Hello and welcome everyone to Screams of the Sun, the Changing Breeds game we are running here on Final Show Films. We are Julia and Ozzy of the Zodiac System, and we will be your storyteller for the evening. We're joined by a fantastic cast of role players that let us mentally and emotionally abuse them at our leisure, and we've decided to put it on the internet for you all to enjoy. So, we're going to begin our introductions this week with I've got a roll of duct tape and a can-do attitude. Katie.
Hi, I am Katie. I play Carrie Nichols, who is a Corax Hamid Hermetic Order of Swift Light.
Liquid demolitions expert, Drevian.
I'm Drevian. I'm playing Connor McLaughlin, a Coelacanth Bastet.
The demolitions expert was last campaign.
Yeah.
That
I was
too.
gonna say the problem is we never let Trevian blow up Arcadia. Sorry, nuke Arcadia.
Not yet.
You have to say some stuff for the sequel.
My gender is that thing Alistair does when he's angry, William Rashani.
100% correct, yes. Hi, I am William Orshani, and I am playing Callisto Osborne, the Hamid Uzmati Gural of the Mountain Guardians.
And we're gonna need a bigger boat, Jeremy.
We always need a bigger boat. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I was distracted by looking through the descriptions of my roles that are still on my character sheet and trying to figure out what I meant with them. I am playing Crystal Arias, who is a Hamid Nuisha. I had to spell out convincination to realize that I was just trying to say convince people of things.
You know what? Fair enough. Siobhan, who plays Clover, will not be with us this week. Hopefully, they will return to us soon.
Yes.
As always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and the following are some good news stories that I wanted to share from the last week to hopefully bring a smile to your faces. After a Chicago-sized iceberg broke off from Antarctica, a research vessel changed plans and went to explore an underwater world never seen before by humans. Using Schmidt Ocean Institute's remotely operated vehicle, ROV Sebastian, the team observed the deep sea floor for 8 days and found flourishing ecosystems at depths as great as 3,900 feet. Their observations include large corals and sponges supporting an array of animal life, including icefish, giant sea spiders, and a rare giant phantom jellyfish. That's kind of cool because we don't really know a lot about the aquatic life at the Antarctic shelf.
Turns out sea spiders.
Yeah, it turns out sea spiders. I'm just waiting for the discovery.
NASA is very thorough.
I'm just waiting for the discovery of the elder things. That's what I'm waiting for. Two researchers in the US and Australia have discovered important mechanisms that prevent B cells from attacking the body's own tissues in autoimmune diseases like arthritis, lupus, and multiple sclerosis. And, sir, personal space, please.
What's that? Says the cat.
And in the process, have won a prestigious prize. Normally, the body's immune system protects us from viruses, bacteria, and foreign substances. However, in autoimmune disease, the immune system starts attacking tissues in the body instead. Researchers had long tried to discover the cause of autoimmune diseases, but Christopher Goodnow and David Nemesi, independent of each other, adopted new approaches to discover how to handle these things. So we're hopefully gonna start working on eliminating some of the autoimmune diseases that plague a lot of people. And lastly, the Philadelphia Zoo is overjoyed to announce the hatching of 4 critically endangered Galapagos tortoises for the first time in the zoo's 150-year history. The parents, Western Santa Cruz tortoises, are the zoo's 2 oldest residents. each estimated to be around 100 years old. Additionally, the female, named Mommy, is considered one of the most genetically valuable of her species in the survival plan of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. She is also the oldest first-time mom of her species.
Good for her.
Nice.
Things hatching just reminded me. My friend has emu eggs.
Ooh. That's a hell of a bird to try and raise.
Okay, does your friend have an emu?
He has 2 already. And
Okay.
he has 2 more eggs.
Does he live in Utah
Wyoming.
or Wyoming? Does he live in Wyoming?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has 2 already. He has 2 males. And he's trying to hatch 2 females now.
I wish your friend the best of luck.
I was gonna say, like,
I can't wait for the Great American Emu War.
Right.
We'll lose that one too.
that's all cool and all, but I'm just saying there is nary an exotic pet situation that doesn't end with a news article, obituary style news article about how they were found feasting on the corpse.
Listen,
So
you're from Australia, man. You just generally don't fuck with things from
no, you
animals from
don't, because
Australia.
Australia is an island and a continent that is designed to kill us.
And yet people live there because they're batshit crazy.
Or they think the
I
rest
mean-
of us are. So they.
They're not
That's
wrong.
what
I mean,
that's
they're
what
not-
happens when your imperial country discovers a continent and says, "Hey, let's send all of our prisoners there."
Regardless of the people who actually already live there.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's just, the British.
Sorry, this stopped being the good news segment. I apologize for that.
Took a wild left turn. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Scream 2.
Yeah.
Previously, our menagerie had a fight with a black spiral dancer and a researcher from Endron that was attempting to get in proximity to the greater hell beast that is locked underneath Pyramid Lake. Some discoveries were made in the van with which our enemies approached or made their attempted approach. And the group quickly discovered that through the help of Frost Mage, a Garu from the Sept, let them know that they had uncovered the equipment of a DNA sequencer and an umbral thickness gauge, basically. Don't give me that look.
Listen, I tried to hold it back for a good.
You did so
Quarter
good.
of a
I'm so
second.
proud. Sally says you get a gold star.
But
You showed restraint.
You can't talk about thickness gauge and not expect a reaction.
We're just gonna we're gonna move on from there.
They're not- the gauge is not detecting enough C's.
No.
Oh,
Like, especially when I'm playing this character. Like, you're asking me to
Absolutely
hold,
fucking fair.
you're asking me to hold jokes back, and good luck.
Yeah, that one's fair.
good.
On the DNA sequencer, our group found the DNA sequences for Corvid, an unknown feline species, Canid coyote, and grizzly bear DNA. So we will pick back up with our group having freshly just discovered this, still in the van. Frostmage is just outside. Like he has stepped out to let you all look at what he has figured out.
How quickly can we murder everybody in that building?
I knew it was going to turn to murder. Can we just, for a second, let's focus on the DNA samples first. Let's take care of these first before we start, annihilating. Believe me, I want to annihilate too, but we need to take this one step at a time.
Fair. And for the record, I am anti-murder on the whole,
I
but
understand.
this
Really?
is apocalyptic. Yes. You can't teach people lessons when they're dead.
I seem to recall you as having the highest kill count and highest proclivity for murder thus far.
How many people have I killed?
Everyone we've interrogated.
Yeah, they aren't teachable. That is an entirely different situation, and that is what we call the cover your ass part of the litany.
Okay, so first, clearly, can we agree to destroy these DNA samples?
I mean, that wasn't even a question. That's just what's happening.
Okay, awesome. So
Wait, did we not do it already?
we just found out about them, dipshit. We didn't have time to destroy them.
I know, that was the joke.
What do we want to do with this thing? As she just hits the DNA sequencer.
I mean, I want to know where it came from and whether they have more of our genetic information or at least species related to us sequenced or stored anywhere else.
They do. There's no way they don't.
Yeah, so I want to know where it came from.
Well, how do we figure that out? We'll look for a serial number, for 1-800 if you have a technical support number. Like what?
Ask the Weaver spirits connected to it.
I was about to say.
They're
Not a bad
right
idea.
now. Sorry, you have to remember new.
We need to
Childhood
jump
fire here.
across. We need to jump across the gauntlet, and talk to the spirits that are probably tied to this sequencer. That may be tied to this sequencer.
Since when are they tying spirits? What?
The
This is a
Weaver
this is a
spirits are generally associated with all forms of advanced technology. Advanced technology is a product of the Weaver.
Your
Got it.
phone has a spirit in it. And this is an incredibly high bit of technology, so it probably has at least one pattern spider, if nothing else.
To be clear, just about everything has some kind of spirit associated with it. Everything has a form of living essence. It's just whether or not it's an advanced enough spirit to be communicated with depends on the specifics.
Yep.
And most spirits associated with technology are associated with the Weaver because the Weaver is the source of organization and technology.
Correct. Usually pattern spiders.
Okay, now that I won't be able to sleep tonight, so
I mean,
the
Weaver isn't the primary enemy. They're not who you have to worry about all the time.
That list just keeps growing. So finding the Weavers attached to this machine, how do we go about doing that?
We jump across the gauntlet.
Are there species better suited to this than others, or is it just like a first come first serve?
Anyone who ain't me or Connor, and anyone who actually knows how to talk to spirits.
I believe I do have spirit speech.
Wait, hold on. I think I might.
If I remember right, you two
Yes,
do,
I do.
because
I do.
you're the ones that
Uh,
made contact with the raccoon spirit.
I think
Yep.
so. Damn it. Like the right thing. There we go. Yes, I do have spirit speech. Okay.
All right. Let's. Oh shit, Carrie, what's that? And then I grab your hand and I'm going to go through the umbra.
You didn't have to do that.
No, but it's funny.
While they do
What's the-
that, Callisto
What's
will
the
look.
gnosis here near the set? The gauntlet?
5.
While they do that, Callisto will look out to Frostmage and just, hey, you any good at, I don't know, scanning technology? Anything that you might be able to figure out about where this came from the physical side, while they handle the Umbra side?
That's kind of my whole thing. Yeah, I can take a look at this.
Okay.
One success that will get you.
Takes
Yeah,
us like 5 minutes, but to
Yeah.
get there. It's something like that.
Tossing the gauntlet.
Hey, what's that? Grabs hand, holds hand for 5 minutes
Yeah.
while waiting.
Mildly awkward.
Here, just
Not for me.
knock it off.
Oh, we're passing through Jello right now. We don't get to have a conversation yet. We just get to stare at each other for 5 minutes.
Oh, good. More time for me to. Can we totem phone?
Yes.
Oh, good. More time for me to think of ways to kill you.
You're not gonna kill me
Yet.
Yeah, one success is 5
at
minutes.
all.
You sound very confident in that.
I am confident in it. You like me too much.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Hmm.
And when you stop liking me, I can run faster than you.
Brave words from somebody without wings.
Wings only gonna do you so good once we end up in the Umbra.
Meanwhile,
How are you still alive?
So, what are the two
Because
of
nobody's figured out how to kill me yet.
Callisto, Connor? What are the two of you doing Earthside?
As you hear this conversation back and
Just
forth.
going back and forth in tone of speak as
while Frostmage examines the DNA sequencer, Callisto is just going to try and look around and see if he can find any like usable information that is not technology based that she can ferret out of this truck.
you can give me either a get out of my head, please. No, I know it'll never not be funny. Give me perception and investigation, difficulty 7.
Yeah, all right. Perception. Investigation. Seven. One success.
Success. And while she's doing that, what is Connor doing?
Connor's also looking around the van,
You can give the
Particularly
same
look-
roll.
particularly looking for any bits of tech that seem unassuming on the surface. Like something that Frostmage might overlook because
You
it doesn't seem
could
important.
also give me perception and technology if you would like. Difficulty 6.
Perception, tech. And what was the other option?
Perception and investigation.
Investigation.
Investigation will be difficulty 7. Tech will be difficulty
Yes.
6.
Okay, then tech it is. Technology. Difficulty 6. Um, 6 roll. And
One success.
I don't have any 10, so specialty doesn't matter anyway. So
Callisto, you find after digging and basically pulling apart one of the seats, after discovering that it is designed like it has been cut out so it can be lifted as like a secret spot, you find a number of folders that have just there are 8 here that all have just project 1, 2, 3 numbered. And 4 of them are the DNA sequences that were previously listed.
What are the ones that aren't?
The ones that are not are gorilla, rhinoceros, cockroach, and brain, crocodile.
That is probably not good in any regard. Well, Callisto's going to start looking through the folders and just start flipping through and reading what she can figure out.
Connor, meanwhile, you find a smaller bit of tech. It seems to be like somebody was working on simultaneously while working on the large size gauntlet meter. Somebody was making handheld devices so that can be cast out to let others in the area know. Like further scouting equipment for it. Yeah.
so like it's paired to the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Connor will pick it up and start walking away. See how far the range is.
It goes off after about 25 feet.
Okay.
Callisto. It seems that some of the DNA has been collected through they don't have retrieval methods for all of them, or retrieval notes for all of them. One states that they have taken DNA from a crocodile from the local zoo. That they're attempting to just splice into a person to see if that'll work.
The completely reckless mad science approach.
Yes, very much so. It seems like the DNA from animals that you don't know as shifters were acquired from outside sources, and the crocodile was from another just animal source, whereas they have reported that the corvid DNA came from a feather retrieved from Endron headquarters in Sacramento, California. And then DNA of the coyote was taken from a hunted down and killed Nuisha.
Alright.
And then the grizzly bear and unknown cat DNA. I'm trying to. This is why we write things down, guys. No, going by vibes doesn't work anymore, dude. Yeah, I'm going to say that they do not have retrieval notes for the grizzly or the
I
unknown
would have
feline
assumed it would have been
species.
from around the time the two of us went to the Pointing Star, and there was the buzzard there.
Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah. Because I completely forgot about that encounter. Yes, I will redact that. The DNA was retrieved from a fight that occurred near Lake Isabella, California.
Yeah, because we were being watched there.
Mm-hmm. It does not seem to have any personal information about the shifters that were really taken, other than the
one Nuisha.
Yeah, other than the one Nuisha. They don't give a name; they just call it specimen.
Yeah. And that seems to be because all the other samples were just gathered post hoc rather than actually from any direct interaction.
Meanwhile, across the gauntlet.
Yep.
After about
Along the way, at some point, since we're already in the middle of arguing over totem speak, I just switched to my Midwestern accent for extra annoyance.
Yes. After about 5 minutes of you guys being jello, you step out into a fairly similar recreation of your van in the umbral space.
Yeah, like butter. All right.
This place is crawling with pattern spiders.
All right, I'm going to. There's not a spirit language, but I'm just gonna chook gun. All right, I need to speak with the motherfucker that's attached to that thing right there.
One of the pattern spiders stops, its 9 eyes sort of wibbling until it centers on you. All 16 of its legs pull in, and it starts to walk down the wall towards you. The house cat sized spider that stops about a good 4 feet from you, and then just sort of takes a stance and looks up.
Hey, Spunky. Hi.
Hello.
I sorry, I had to pause for a second because I forgot my name. Not my name, my character's name, but still.
And for clarification, pattern spiders don't look like normal spiders. They look
No,
like
they do
spiders made of
No.
like machinery. And
Yeah.
shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this thing looks like it's made out of like
The Decepticon version of a spider.
yes, very much so. Any of those Robo spiders that they made in the early 2000s when Robo pets were the craze,
Right.
very reminiscent of that.
Hi, I'm Echoes of Laughter. This is my friend. We need to know where you came from. Not in a who created who birthed you kind of way, because we know that's the Weaver. I'm talking about where did that thing come from? That's what we're trying to figure out, right?
Yes, they're trying to figure out where that DNA sequencing
Right.
came from.
Yeah.
Harry just nods.
You hear the sound of several different mechanics whirring inside and a keyboard clicking. And there's sort of a ding, and one of those lights on one of its 9 eyes goes from red to green.
Do you have something for us?
Location data.
Cough it up.
Location of origin, Sacramento, California.
Yeah, we guessed that. More specific. Enhance.
But give me charisma and charm, please.
All right.
Difficulty 8.
Charisma expression, you mean?
Give me an expression, yes.
Okay. Can I roll this too?
Sure.
Why not? Charisma. Expression. Difficulty 8.
3.
Yes, difficulty 8.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. It spits out an IP address.
I commit that number to memory. So can you say it 2 more times for me?
It will
Repeat IP address.
repeat.
Repeat
Yeah,
IP
yeah.
address.
Fair enough. Look, IP addresses are a pain in the ass to remember, at least for me.
Series of 4 numbers, all between usually around 10 and 255.
Yeah, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. You're never sure because depending on the location, it's a whole
Yeah.
mess.
Geographical location, and it will give you the intersection for Endron.
Okay, so it did come from there. That's good news. It's only 1 mass slaughter we need to do.
Time of inception. 12 hours, 47 minutes, and 37 seconds ago.
So the sequencer was built literally
This is
yesterday.
new.
Or like earlier
This is
today.
shiny new. Do we have anything else we need to ask the technology spirit?
Can it tell us who specifically made it?
I mean, maybe. Who created your home? Your guardian, your charge, your ward.
Vessel.
A human,
Does this human have a name?
Dr. Bright,
Does Bright have a first name?
Alexander.
Alexander Bright. Nice.
Ah. This sounds like a DC Comics villain.
Little bit, Doc. Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. We won't have to think about them for long.
Okay,
Cool.
it's not the right name.
Did he create you of his own volition, or was he acting on orders?
you'll hear that whirring and typing, and then you'll hear the dial-up tone. Just for the briefest second. Question does not compute.
That's fair.
I think we've got everything we need.
Yeah, the name put me in mind of Dr. Light, the villain from
Yeah,
the
you're
one
thinking of
episode
Dr. Light. Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking of Dr. Light.
I was
Which
thinking
is that's a whole story. Oh Jesus Christ.
SCP has a Dr. Bright. Except his name is Jack, not Alex.
Yes.
All right. I will boop it on the nose-ish area.
Yeah. The others have gotten closer. They're definitely interested in what you are or what you're doing.
Uh-huh. And now is when we need to go before they decide to web us up. And I grab your hand again, and we are jumping back through. What's that over there? And only this time there actually is something over there. It's a pattern spirit or a pattern
Yeah.
spider.
Has anyone actually
Much better.
fallen for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Legitimately all the time.
You think it only takes you about 30 seconds this time?
No, it's instant if it's 3
Instant.
It's
Okay.
instant if it's 3 plus.
Yeah, so you just boop, you're back in. Colors are weird now, because they exist.
Yeah. It literally happens all the time because I don't care how used to it you are. If somebody says, hey, what's that over there? And it's not ridiculously obvious, your instinct to look. That's just human nature.
Yeah, like unless you're literally expecting it and you can resist the impulse, you tend to look.
Yeah.
We have been traumatized by that. So we purposefully do not look the way that someone is pointing. It is maintain eye contact with the individual who just said that.
That's fair.
I have an inherent distaste for authority, so my usual response is, I don't know, tell me what it is.
Well,
Fair.
people like you, the secondary solution is fast.
That's it.
Throw a ball at their face and they are distracted just long enough for you to do what you're trying to do.
Absolutely fair. But yeah, you guys are now back in the now much more crowded van.
What's up, folks?
So we have some information.
We only need to kill everybody at Endron. That's where it was made. It was made less than a day ago. That means we have time potentially to stop it if the plans have not been passed out to the rest of the world.
Well,
So
we got
know-
other interesting news as well. Callisto says she's still flipping through folders.
So we know it was made 12 and a half hours ago.
Correct.
We also know it was created by Dr. Alexander Bright,
Yep.
and we
Is-
have an IP address of origin.
Is Dr. Bright's name on any of these folders?
Yes.
Yeah,
He has
that's right.
mentioned a few times briefly, like he's signed a few of his observation notes.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a name I'm seeing in here a little bit. Find anything useful, Frostmage?
Well, there's no external communication with anything, so it's not like it's being fed back to a repository anywhere, so that's good. Other things that I have been able to find out, this thing does not have a long battery life, and you've got like 36 minutes before it goes dead from when it's not connected to a battery source.
What exactly does it do? It's a gene sequencer, but is it collecting and transmitting? Is it is it creating like what is it doing?
It seems like they're trying to isolate genetic isotopes so that they can use integration with
They're trying to figure out the DNA sequence to make more of their monstrosities.
Are they trying to Jurassic Park this shit?
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah, only much worse.
God,
Yeah, it doesn't work that way with us.
They're trying to
It
figure
shouldn't.
out the DNA sequence to make fake Farah.
I know it's not an all-encompassing term, but I'm using references that I know. And
Right.
if you're saying it's gonna be worse than Jurassic Park, well, god damn it.
Imagine if,
Jeff Goldblum, where are you?
let's put it this way. Imagine if the Jurassic Park island was the mainland, and unlike the park, which was ostensibly created for entertainment and tourism purposes, we instead created an army of people that can do what we do without the connection to Gaia,
Yeah. No,
which
I
is
know.
an important part of the formula.
I get it. Super bad. Yeah.
And
However,
theoretically, they could make the actual dinosaurs too. That's just the Macaulay.
however, and I know I'm going to get pushback on this. I really, really, until we get more answers, I don't think we need to do anything about obliterating Indron, because who knows at this point where this web goes, so to speak. Like it starts at Indron.
The problem with the scorched earth approach is you lose any leads when you burn everything to the ground. But
As long as we still have their computers, we're fine.
I understand that. I'm just saying, like, I understand the instinct to want to destroy everything, but who's to say that there isn't, even though this thing was only created 12 hours ago, who's to say that they aren't creating off-world bunkers or some kind of shit? Like, not off-world, but off-site.
Oh no, off-world is a possibility.
I was about to say
There
they
are
did
umbral
build a
realms that they
gauntlet
could
checker.
go to.
Like
So, like,
I don't
Is
know
it-
how to tell you this, but I'm not going to be able to not tell at least Doom of the Mountain about this.
No, they need to know this. Absolutely.
that's not the part we're trying to.
Yeah, we're not
Oh,
trying to keep
no,
a lid
but
on
I'm
you.
I'm trying to very politely say that if I walk into the Sept and say that
They're gonna slaughter everybody. They're gonna
Yeah.
slaughter everybody in Andron. And for
Yeah.
once, I agree with them.
I don't.
There's no way. That's the thing, and that's where would I be all for some kind of go in, see if we can Mission Impossible this shit and like delete the data and etc. and then continue on the way we're doing. Yes, but two problems. One, that takes too long. And two, what Hacker Wolf here says.
Uh,
There's we're not going to be able to stop the group.
Like I said, I know it's a futile effort, but at the same time, you can't get information from dead people.
You can get
Yeah.
information from dead people's computers.
there's some information that's not going to be on a computer, which means if we want to make sure that we get exactly who we need and what we need information wise, we're going to need to be at the head of this.
We're
Red need to be at the what?
We're going to need to be at the head of this because
Oh.
we need Dr. Bright alive.
we need two people alive. Well, one probable person, one not person. Dr. Bright, if Dr. Bright is indeed a person at this point. And we're probably going to need Jared.
He's supposedly still in hospital, as far as I know.
I sincerely doubt that unless he's just taking a vacation. I didn't shoot him with anything other than regular bullets. Sure, he fell 30 stories, but
The fact
He's
that
a
he survived a
fucking
30-story fall, like, that might take some actual time to fix up. It's only been a day.
I suspect he is probably back to work.
That
If
one
he's
might
l-
draw some suspicion, even
Okay,
from regular mortals.
Okay,
Well-
so what now?
Right. It might draw as far as him falling and then being
Falling
back at
30
work.
feet, surviving is miraculous enough, but then going back to work the next day?
Has it only been a day?
I'm pretty certain it's only been either a day or 2 days since that fall.
It's only been a few, but
It's not a lot. Not a lot of
Yeah.
time has passed.
He can be snuck into the building.
So
that one I would give you.
so again, I repeat, what now?
Well, now we gotta
We
talk to
get-
Doom in the Mountains because we need to make sure that we're at the head of this because we can't afford to let it get away from us.
You go talk to Doom of the Mountain. I'm heading to Endron. I'm not going in. That's not true. I am going in, but I'm not going to do anything rash. I just think part of our strategy, sorry, Wolf Hacky Boy, cover your ears for a moment.
He's still going to be able to hear.
Puts on his noise canceling headphones.
We also
There
have
we go.
totem speech. We
Yeah,
don't have to
that's
talk
true.
out loud.
But we were already talking out loud, so if we suddenly stop talking, it's very clear. Anyways,
So is telling him to put headphones on.
Get on with it.
the point being, if we can convince them to let us lead this, great. There's a chance we can't, especially if in certain set leaders immediate perceptions, it offers them the chance to shut down some maybe incriminating things. So somebody should be there and be ready in case we need to try and swipe some people out early. So I'm going to Endron. It's fine. I'll be okay there.
I'm going with you just to keep your rash ass from doing something that stupid.
I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I
Okay,
promise.
this time look at me in the face and say that with a straight face.
Egg you dead in the face. I am not going to take any single action or multiple action if you want to feel like I'm trying to wordsmith around this. I'm not going to do anything on my own volition to try and wipe out Endron or anything of that respect. I might, if the situation warrants it, kidnap our good doctor.
Okay,
You should still have backup and cover for that kind of
I'm
thing.
coming with
I will let you know if that's the situation. I want to be there for recon, and you are good at recon, but they've already seen you. They haven't seen me as I am. They've seen you, they've seen the cat. And Callisto, you're not stealthy, and you need to talk to Doom.
Yeah.
Rationally, this makes sense.
I
Yeah,
didn't. Jesus Christ, just let me go to fucking Sacramento so somebody is at least in the goddamn area if something goes south.
If you want to be in the area, that's fine. You're not going into Endron because they know what you look like.
Yes,
and
they know
will
what I
be
look
ready
like, blah,
for
blah,
you.
blah, 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 blah. Yes, yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Okay, but you can't stop me from being in the same area.
I mean, I can kick you out of my van and drive off, and you're fast, but you're not bitch mobile fast. That said, I'm not gonna do that.
Who said I want to ride in your van anyway?
Fine, fucking fly. See if I care.
I mean, as the crow flies, she'll probably get there around the same time because she doesn't have to take roads.
You are underestimating my the way that I drive. If I've got a bug up my ass. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Hey, I don't either. I never need roads.
You know what? You two handle that. I'm gonna go try and
Yeah, go talk.
corral a
talk some
bunch of
s-
werewolves.
Go
I'm
talk
gonna-
to some sense into our dumbass Sept Alpha. Sorry, their dumbass Sept Alpha.
I'm feeling persuasive, so I'm gonna go with Callisto. And
Cool.
I tap attack Wolf, whose name I'm blanking on.
Frostmage.
Yeah,
Frost Mage.
cross mage. That's it.
I was thinking like Winter Mage or something.
Gary
It's like-
just go ahead.
His deed name is his WoW spec because such is the way with
Because it is the best spec.
such is the way with Glasswalkers.
Gary just
Yeah.
immediately transforms and starts flying.
Takes off his headphones. What's up?
We're
gonna go talk
with
with-
Doom.
Okay. Do you want me to
Y'all-
take this, or do you want me to leave this here?
If you want to consign it to the scrap heap, go ahead.
Doing the
Looks
mountain
at
seems inclined to
Crystal.
destroy it.
Are we actually in my van or was it their van?
No, this
It was
is
their van.
the Endron.
I'm
van.
already out the door.
Okay. Okay.
Junk it all. Unless you have use for it, unless you have temporary use for it, junk it all. It's where it's going anyway.
Heard.
Let's
I
don't
hop
take the-
into my bus and there is squealing of tires because now it's a matter of pride. I have to beat the crow to the building.
Callisto takes the folders and is going towards the cairn.
Callisto and Connor, you guys arrive in the cairn. It doesn't look much different than when you left it about an hour ago, or a couple hours ago at this point. Thunder separates from you and goes to grab Doom. And the two of you are waiting for about 5 minutes before Doom of the Mountain walks up in Hamid form this time. No showboating about being a big white wolf this time.
Callisto has never been in anything but Hamid form around Doom of the Mountain, which is very amusing for her.
Connor's also on helmet form.
Well, how can I what's going on?
Well, I reckon it's just about time for the Guru to do what they do best, she says as she sets the folders onto a table. It's about time to take Endron off the map.
Well, okay.
Caveats. We need all their computers and a couple important personnel alive for interrogation. Considering the Gru are really bad about collateral damage, we're gonna need to go with to make sure that happens.
Are the two of you letting them know that some members of Endron are kinfolk?
I think we've already given that implication that some kinfolk have been disappearing.
Okay.
But I don't think we've said that they're specifically working for Endron. But
We told
Callisto-
Doom. We told Doom of the Mountain.
Yes, we did tell Doom.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Doom already knows that as well because Jared Walker is
Yes, yeah.
related to him.
Okay.
And you know the risks of the people that are in there.
I do. Um, you get us names and descriptions, and we can hold off. I suppose.
Well, if Dmitry Karlov, aka you know who, is anywhere in that building, he needs to be brought in alive. And one Dr. Alex Bright. Sorry, this just sort of
Okay.
flips through the folders. I suspect that if Dr. Bright's going to be anywhere, it'll be in that underground facility where they were keeping what's the name? Icebreaker, where they were keeping Icebreaker.
That that does make sense. That does. I'm not going to fly off the handle and go whole hawk on this. But I'm not going to wait long.
I'm not asking you to. All I'm asking is that we go with you so we can make sure we get what we need out of it.
Listo, call your elders. It's time the Farah and the Garus sit and actually have a conversation about an enemy that we have together.
Connor pulls out his phone and
Oh, that's
Messages.
going to be a fun first.
messages
She pulls
Tom.
out her phone and calls Doc.
Connor just loops like Doc, Thomas, One Wing, and any of the other elders numbers that he has in like one group text, and it's like the crew would like to meet with the Pharaoh.
The response you get back fairly quickly from all three of them is time, location, rules. And you get that from each of those from a different recipient.
Mm-hmm.
Doc is the one that has asked for rules.
Connor relays that to Callisto and Doom.
Callisto looks up.
Would they feel more comfortable in a neutral location, or would they be fine coming to the Sept?
I don't think they would want to walk into the Sept. No hard feelings.
Absolutely none taken. It's a point of pride. Fine. Neutral location.
Ease of access. My place. Half of you have been here already.
Fine.
Tonight?
Sundown. Your house.
No
Connor's.
weapons on premises.
Connor's type like starting this message. It's like tonight, sundown, Callisto's cabin.
That's for rules. No weapons.
I think
Leave him at the tree line.
I think that's amenable enough. I will not be the only one in attendance. I will bring a number of I will bring 4 backup. There are a number of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just want assurance if things get dicey.
Understand that you will be again in my place, so I won't want any trouble from anyone on either side.
I guess we'll see you at sundown then.
All right. Let's get moving.
Connor shoots off that message.
I got food to prepare for a dozen people.
Over.
By the way, of note, did when we all got together, sorry, I may have missed it, I may have not. Did you go into was it gone into detail like what you guys learned from the thing in terms of like obviously the Korax DNA came from here.
Yeah, like she would have taken the
Et cetera,
time
et
to lay
cetera.
out the relevant details from the folders. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And if we didn't, Frostmage probably would as soon as we leave.
Yeah.
And to
That's-
the rest of the group as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Yes. All right, cool. As I'm on my way back, the shot in the dark, and it's a shot in the dark if it's even relevant. May not be able to answer the phone anyways, but Crystal will get on the phone hands free because she is a responsible driver.
How else are you supposed to hold your joint?
Exactly. Exactly. And she is going to call the most recent number she has for her dad.
Okay. Now I need to pull up your history because you sent it to me forever ago.
Yeah, no, legit. She's just thinking because somebody had said that he had been looking for her, so there's a possibility that he's in this area, and some knew she got hunted for DNA. So
No, absolutely, that makes sense. So the phone rings 4 times before going to voicemail. You've reached the inbox of Esteban Arias. Please leave a message after the beep.
hey, it's me. Just checking to make sure you're alive, and I mean that literally. Give me a call back if you get out of the Umbra whenever, or roll off whoever you're on at this particular moment. Whatever the case may be, give me a call when you get a chance. If you are still alive and you don't give me a call, I'm kicking you in the nuts next time I see you. Bye. Click. And then I'm on my way.
It's been what, 16 years since you've
I feel like we've probably seen each other every now and then.
okay. But it's been
But-
16 years since the big event. The
It's
last
been 16
big
years since I was kind of living with him, so to speak,
yeah.
being taught the ways of Nuisha and shit.
Okay, so it takes you about an hour. And as you park wherever you're leaving the bitchmobile, your phone starts to buzz. And it's
Hello?
Crystal. It's been a long time.
Good, you're alive. Awesome. Where are you right now?
You hear a child giggling in the background.
I don't even want to know. Are you anywhere near Sacramento at this particular moment?
No.
Cool. Okay, you're alive. You haven't given blood to any scientists lately, have you?
Crystal, what's going on? What have you gotten yourself mixed up
Nothing,
in?
nothing. Everything's fine. Everything's good.
Those don't seem like
This
the
has
questions
no-
of someone who's
This has
fine.
nothing to. This has nothing to do with me. This is just making sure you're okay. I'm fine. You're
How are
not in
you?
Sacramento. Don't. I would suggest not coming to Sacramento in the near future because there's gene sequencers and probably cloning, and there's a whole lot. So have fun with whatever you're doing. I don't judge. I have
That's
to
a lie.
go potentially murder a whole bunch of scientists. So I'm having the better day than you are. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
And you hang up with this distinct feeling that your father just went, the fuck?
That was the goal once I knew he was alive.
Also, I would like the two of you, Katie and Jeremy, both of you can roll me your character's initiative. Let's see who gets there first.
All right. Initiative.
Where is that?
Gun
Combat
combat.
tab. Hit the no token button.
Thank you.
17.
Yep. So yeah, Crystal, through some back roads magic bullshit, you have managed to, as you hang up your phone, you see a very familiar Corvid land on top of a building.
Slowpoke.
You see the bird shrug.
She probably only beat you by like 3 minutes,
That's
but that's 3 minutes.
yeah, that's because I have to deal with roads, except for the 3 or 4 times I literally drove off road through the forest at some point, nearly dodging trees. Because it was that important for me to beat you here.
I know this road just like bends around this clump of trees. I'm just gonna go this way though.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
right through. It's fine.
Yeah, this road curves around most of a forest. I'm just gonna cut through the forest instead.
If
With the-
Mario Kart has taught me anything, it's that there is always a shortcut, and it's usually illegal.
Correct. With the incredibly maneuverable vehicle that is a 1960s, 1970s era Volkswagen bus.
So
It's so sleek and aerodynamic.
so all of a sudden you're just going to see you're going to hear something hit the top of your van.
Did
Hey,
you
you-
shit on my car?
No, you're going to look out and you're going to see just like Carrie had taken one of her hair adornments that's shaped like a gold star and just dropped
Right.
it on top of your van.
That's cute. All right, come down here. We need a plan.
Oh, so now you need to talk to me. I thought we weren't going to be in the same place at the same time.
No, I told you were going to be here, and it was a good thing that you were here. I didn't say that, but I thought it. You just can't go in.
I never said I was going in, and that in fact I very vehemently said that I was not going to go in.
Right.
You're the one
So
that kept pushing the point.
we're in agreement. Great. Get your feathered ass down here.
All right, don't get your tail in the tangle. I'll get there in just a second.
I generally don't put my tail in the tank because that's where the gasoline goes, and I don't want to set on
Tangle.
fire.
Tangle.
Oh, I get my tail tangled all the time.
God damn.
That's my kink.
So the two of you meet up.
Yep.
Really, I thought I was hearing yourself talk.
Oh, that's not kink. That's just a natural aphrodisiac. Anyways, Hasn't failed me yet. But all right, so what is the actual I know what my plan is. What's the contingency plan? Because my plan is to get inside, which is easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I've done it before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
And then just be on the inside
Mm-hmm.
until it's time to extract the good
So
Dr. Bright.
you are just gonna like hang out in the bathroom or some shit, or like how do you expect to get in there for and be in there for any length of time without being noticed, without a pass to go anywhere?
The pass is going to be, I'm not worried about the pass.
I'm just saying, especially after somebody gets dropped out of the 30 odd story window, then they might be looking for things like that.
Just
And pardon me for saying so, but you don't exactly look like a 9 to 5 cubicle
okay,
worker.
this is my last point of gnosis. But yeah, it is my last point of gnosis. But I spend a point of gnosis, and let me see exactly how this reads. Oh wait, no, I don't need to spend the gnosis for this one, I don't think.
Yeah, salary man doesn't cost gnosis; it just works.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking if I wanted to look like a never mind. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did last time. I am going to go to the restaurant bar, because I don't care how on alert you are. Those drinks and that sushi is too good to not go there. Like, sure, somebody shot up the building. I still have a routine for lunch. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to blend in with people. I'm going to steal an ID again. And then I'm going to get inside and we will figure I will get eyes on one of two people, either Dr. Bright or Jared.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping Dr. Bright. My id is hoping for Jared.
Well, I can't exactly go in the building or go in the restaurant without being conspicuous for one reason or the other.
Correct. It's fine. You know, the roof is probably really nice this time of year. I need a lookout on the outside in case, I don't know, a bunch of scary looking security vans of paramilitary force, Endron security, or, you know, a bunch of Krynos Guru cresting the hill like it's the charge of the Valkyries happens. You're my eyes in the sky.
Is a storyteller, is there a spot where I can see both the restaurant and the Idron building at the same time?
Only the parking garage between them.
Yeah, the parking garage between them would allow you to see the outside of the restaurant and most of Endron. You just won't be able to see the front entrance of Endron.
Mhm.
It's like it's not hard to see both at the same time. The restaurant's 2 stories tall. Indron's
Yeah.
30.
Uh, but there's no other like no building across the like kitty corner or anything.
Yeah, you just with the way these are oriented, you cannot look at because Endron is on this side of a block and the restaurant is on this side of the block.
Gotcha.
So there is no way to look at their entrances because they are bordering two different directions.
Okay, so I'm gonna stake out. I'm gonna just sit in the parking garage. And I gotta let Carrie know what I can see. I gotta let the other one, Crystal, know what I can see. Um,
So
and if she has a plan of changing locations, then she needs to let me know so I can also change locations.
that will definitely happen.
Well, you need to tell me when,
I mean,
cutie.
I said when it was going to happen. I just said it's going to happen. But yes, no, for sure.
If you value my eyes in the sky, doofus, you're gonna have to let me know. Unless that was just all talk.
I would. Sorry, that was Jerry making a joke. Crystal does not actually say that because she needs the bird to be on her on her good side right now. So she's doing a minimum of taunting at the moment. Don't worry, I'll let you know.
All right.
So you head off to your stakeout location, and Crystal, you're headed to the ramen bar.
Correct.
Okay. Well, as our surveillance mission begins and plans are made for a first time Farah and Guru alliance talk, that is where we will take our break. Remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we will be back in just a few minutes after these commercial messages.
They are back.
You're back. A Macaulay story. So the
Not yet. It's
individuals.
not.
Not yet. It might be
Let's
later.
see how that. Let's see how that cloning process goes.
Crystal,
Yep.
you enter Kokaido, and it is a time-wise late afternoon. You have a couple hours still till sunset.
Okay.
So you're looking more the 3-4 o'clock range. Not many people from Endron have gotten off, but they do have staggered shifts. So there are individuals here from Endron that you can see.
All right. Do I recognize any of them? Do they look like? Like, can I pick out? Okay, that one's a security person. That one works in wherever.
You guys have done this a few times. Give me wits and investigation difficulty 6.
Three successes.
3 successes. You are able to recognize the security guard off shift.
Sweet. I will. Is there any way to? Yep. No, I'm just going to try and lift that badge.
Give me Dex and larceny.
Don't you have a gift that just lets you snatch a thing?
I do, yes.
Mm.
But I assume I have to be subtle about it. Could I make since I don't have to actually pickpocket him? Can I make an argument for Dex still? I
Yeah,
just have
I'll
to get
allow-
close to him without him knowing. Okay.
Difficulty 6. It's a fairly. It's not uncrowded in here.
Three successes. I slightly modified the last one.
Fair.
And then I have to make the Emperor's Clothes roll, which is Dex larceny difficulty of the target Dex athletics.
Um. 5.
I'll take that. Literally.
Okay, yeah. You walk off
Yep,
with that dude's badge.
doody-doo-doo. Bloop.
Your badge. It offends me. Take them off.
Oh my god.
And I'm just going to wait till the group of them are ready to go back to work. And I'm going to salaryman my way into the building with them. And this poor security guard will not be let into the building.
Yep. You wait probably 30 minutes. Everybody starts rounding up, heading back. And yeah, you go ahead and do your roll to blend in.
So it is always active.
Okay.
As long as I'm within a group of 3 or more people. The
Yeah.
difficulty to even notice me is increased by 3. So I'm just walking right in with them. If there's
Okay.
anybody who might think that that's suspicious, their difficulty to notice me being out of the ordinary is +3. I swipe the badge, and I'm inside.
Now what?
All right, I am.
Carrie, you have seen Crystal. I will say, being an outside observer, right before Crystal sort of just melded into the pack and the cadre of people and disappeared. You were able to briefly see her. So you know that she has made her way into Endron.
I'm going to find a spot where I can more accurately see the entrance of the Indron building.
That
Do
group
we
of
remember over totem speak? I'm gonna go. Do we remember how to get down? You got down? How did you get down into the lab?
Through the vents?
I was about to say that's a bad question for that specific situation because she took the vents because she flies.
No, she didn't take the vents because Connor had to open a door to the closet that goes down into like a storeroom and then down into the.
No, that's how you got down there.
I
How Callisto got
went
down
through
there.
the vents.
When Carrie had to get down there, like through the inside of the main building, she took the vents.
Yeah, there's a stairway as far as I can go, and then the vents.
But we do know about the storage closet door, so that one
Yes.
is also there.
Cool. I'm heading that way.
I really want
I'm
to see you go
looking to
through the
get
vents.
down. Bitch, you're not the only person to get smaller. My smaller is just less smaller than your small.
I think I followed that.
First time I've ever heard somebody brag about being smaller. But okay.
It's not about your size, it's how you use it to wriggle through tight passages.
Somewhere in
before too.
the distance in Mother Webb's like entourage, Katori just like sniffs the air.
But yeah, I'm trying to sneak my way. Not sneak, like I'm not sneaking. I'm just walking because I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah,
and if you act like you were
obviously.
just supposed to be there, you're much less likely to be questioned than if you're sneaking.
What's Crystal wearing, clothing-wise? Did she change to
I think,
appear?
in fairness, yes, I think she probably changed. She has like a suit outfit.
I'm assuming Crystal has gone like as little like conforming and businesslike as possible, so has done the bare minimum of pants, shoes, and button-up shirt, and is done.
100%.
Yeah, I was wondering if you might take the entire opposite angle and just go with just go with Emily Armstrong's look from the what is it? The most recent Linkin Park music videos. I forget what.
Oh, okay. Nope.
From Two-Faced, yeah. Go with the Emily Armstrong look from Two-Faced.
Yes. I will. Hey, Meow Meow. You got a good look at the layout. Is there a break room near the secret dark security lab?
Connor will recall the floor plan from his running around and.
There is a break room on this first floor. It's on a different wall, but it's not too far away.
Connor describes where the break room is.
I'm
from-
gonna peek in and see if there's anybody in scientist clothing. By which I mean a lab coat.
How spicy are we feeling today, guys? No, there is not.
Ah, darn. All right, then I will just go to the secret entrance into the dark evil lab and hope that there's a lab coat in the lab.
Of course, yeah.
Yep. And yeah, I'm heading down.
So as you descend into the basement, you go further that one extra flight down, and you are confronted with a number of generators. And walking across the catwalk towards the other side of the room, these are more generators than a building this size requires. This is probably 4 times the amount of energy that this building would probably need.
Okay.
And
Especially
getting
considering this building should be on the power grid, which means it shouldn't need generators at all.
Across the way there are a few doors. Some that obviously lead into like an office area, and some that lead further into what you think is most likely the lab, or at least an observation area.
Mm-hmm.
Any
I
that
know which way I'm
read
going,
Dr.
then.
Bright.
Sorry, any that read what?
Any that read Dr. Bright on the outside.
Not immediately, no.
Mm.
So which door are you approaching?
I'm going towards lab
Okay.
observance.
You open the door. There's a small staircase down, and then white tile meets your feet and is lit from beneath. And the walls are just lined for probably a good 40, 50 feet down with glass containment cells. You get probably 2 cells in before something slams against the wall, one of the glass walls to your right, a large, similarly described to you by others, that large, mangy looking werewolf with no intelligence behind its eyes.
And I keep going.
Crystal, any updates?
Yes, I have angered the second generation a copy of a copy of a copy. It's okay. He's behind glass. He can't hurt me. Clearly this cannot go wrong in any way, shape, or form. Downside, I have not yet found a white lab coat.
Have you encountered any other living being besides the thing in the containment cell?
Besides Fluffy, no. His name is Fluffy.
Okay.
Not yet. I just got in here. I'm searching. I'm searching.
Are you though?
All I can
No,
imagine.
I'm not if you keep bugging me.
This is literally the first time I've talked to you.
All I can imagine is Crystal taking a Sharpie and writing on the glass,
Fluffy.
like the werewolf's face against the glass, and writing a speech bubble from its head. My name is Fluffy.
No. As funny as that would be, and don't think that she's not tempted. That's the kind of thing that you don't do in a stealth mission.
See, I was just waiting for werewolf face pressed against, and then just like angry eyebrows, and then walk away. Further in, towards the end, there is another door at opposite.
Okay.
But getting closer, the one right before the door on the other side, you see two more of those werewolves. But the thing that catches your eye is the probably 16, 17-year-old individual with a metal collar around their neck with spikes pointed straight into the skin.
So it's walk along, stop. There's a visible, almost moonwalk stepping back and looking over. Well, hi.
They don't react to you. Quick look at the cage. In between each one of these cages, there's a panel, and there's an obvious intercom system.
Got it. By the way, have I seen security cameras down here?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I electric slide my way over. Beep. Hey there, Sparky.
They kind of jump, and you see them. Yeah, effectively, their hackles raise, and it takes a second. They blink a few times. Hi.
Sorry, I know you.
Like,
Sorry, I clearly you are having the time of your life, but I feel bad interrupting that. But I just wanted to check in, and since I was illegally down here, see if maybe you wanted to not be. Hi, what's your name?
Devin.
Devin. Devin, did you make a wrong turn at Albuquerque and end up here? Or like what ended it? Don't worry, it's common among my people. But how did what you doing here?
You're the first person besides the doctor to talk to me, and that's been 2 days.
Right, the doctor. When was the last time you saw? Are we talking? I don't know if maybe you know his name, maybe you don't. Are we talking about the good Dr. Bright?
You see he pulls himself into a ball.
That's gonna be a yes. Don't worry. I am, as you can clearly see, not Dr. Bright. Where'd you get nabbed?
Was on my way home from a meetup with some of the others of my pack and my good group of friends.
Is your pack
And-
how is your pack doing then?
Not too well, I would imagine.
All right. But you don't know whether they're sorry, this is gonna sound harsh and direct and to the point. They didn't you didn't get grabbed and they all got slaughtered and you got dragged off.
No.
Okay, good. That's good. We like that news. Sorry. I am well, you know what? There are security cameras here, so let's not focus on me. You just call me. Doesn't matter. What? You've been out here for 2 days, you said?
About, I think, if I go by internal clock time.
Right. When was the last time you saw Dr. Bright?
If I had to guess, probably about, it's been a couple hours.
All right.
I don't exactly
Does-
have entertainment or a time piece. on
Right.
there.
Does he come by regularly? Should we expect him soon?
It's from what I can tell over the past couple days, it's too early for another visit.
How long are we?
But-
How long are we thinking? I know. I know time is hard. Rough estimate.
Another hour or so.
Hey, I can't stay attached to the ceiling for an hour straight. I'm still working my way up to that.
Why are you here? What is what a
Sorry, right. So we are good news. Your people from the local community are almost certainly on their way. Hold on a second. How are we doing on through Tone Speak? How are we doing on things? Is the
On
murder
things?
happening soon?
Oh. What time is that roughly coming through?
about 4 o'clock?
Probably not soon. The Guru decided they actually want to talk, so the Guru and the Pharaoh leaders are actually going to be meeting at my place tonight.
That's great. In the meantime, I've got a youngin' here who got grabbed.
A young who?
Bark, bark.
Guru or kinfolk?
They referenced their pack. So probably Guru. There is a small chance they're an associated kinfolk. I haven't gotten that far yet. But
Do you know what sept they're from?
one moment, please. And you actually hear this. You actually hear we go click. All right, Devin. I need a little bit of information from you.
I'm 18. I know I don't look it. I just turned 18 3 days ago.
Fine.
I
I'm not trying to card you for cigarettes. It's fine. Where are you when you say your pack? Your pack or the pack that protects you? So you are your Guru, not your kinfolk. Fuck it.
yeah.
All right. Cool. And are you from the local headquarters? Are you from the local union chapter?
Yeah.
Okay. We're 2 for 2.
Yeah,
Good.
the dark lunacy.
Yep, sure.
That's not a good name.
Wait a minute. What's the name of this?
Yeah, we have the towering giant and the pointing stars. Dark lunacy sounds like a black spiral den.
It does. I know. Hey, buddy, can you let me know what's your lineage?
Uh,
What tribe are you?
and
Are you a trap?
he just
I'm gonna be really annoyed if you're a trap.
he just gives a small whistle,
Motherfucker.
and you recognize the sound of the whippoorwill.
We were getting along so well, Devin.
Notably, no one shows up.
Why am I not getting torn to pieces right now?
Just tugs on the collar.
Why is Endron holding you prisoner? What did you do?
I don't know. They took some of the others as soldiers, so
Ah,
it's from what I have gathered, and I can't tell my pack because that's not a thing we can do, as I assume you might. Who are you talking
yes.
to?
I am talking to the voices in my head. They counsel me, they understand.
They talk to me.
I don't think we're at that level of familiarity yet, Devin.
Well, if you're working with the wolves, the other wolves,
yeah.
then
I would say we are both working and sometimes our shit collides and then it gets messy. But more them than yours. I'm assuming. All right, here's the deal, Devin. I'm assuming that you are an intelligent young psychopath who knows that being taken off the streets, fitted with with a spike collar where the spikes are not on the inside this time and not on the outside, and being trapped in here is not good for your health and is not an indication that you're among friends. Is that fair to say?
I would say that I am up Shit's Creek. You're not incorrect. What do you say? Give me a hand out of here?
See, here's the problem. I'm here for your physician. Here's the deal I will make with you. If
I'm
you
listening.
when they don't when the doctor and other individuals who are working in here come around, you're not going to tell them that you saw me or
Okay.
give any warning that the good Dr. Bright is up for a forced relocation. And in return, once I have acquired my new best friend, I'll let you out of here. I would suggest at that point you book a trip to, I don't know, Antarctica. But you're small fry to me right now. And I can't kill you because that will also indicate to Dr. Bright that somebody is in here. And I want it to be a surprise.
I also don't know how you could get through the glass.
I mean, there's got to be some button in here that opens it up. I'm real good with pushing buttons, especially if they're red. So I will get you out of here.
I agree to keep my mouth shut.
You agree to keep your mouth shut, and then when once you get out, you go somewhere else.
I'm
Because
an idiot.
if I see you here again, after all this is over, I'm gonna have to shoot you a lot. And you have no fucking idea how many silver bullets I have.
He
I recently came into it, a large quantity.
he sort of pulls his knees. He pulls himself into that ball and buries his head into his knees, and then looks up at you. Very much the just barely not a teenager anymore that he was. All of the youth showing on his face. Ma'am, I'm just a kid and on the streets. You wouldn't run me out of my home, would you?
In a fucking heartbeat.
Ah, you're all the fucking same. Fine.
Yeah, I have a brain. Ooh, innocent, small, weak. Yeah, that's certainly nothing I've never used before. You don't want to be here anyways. Trust me. In
Promise.
trust me, you don't want to be here. It's not going to be good for your health. See, that's where you don't even recognize the value of what I'm offering you. Because in a short amount of time, I'm only telling you this because these people have captured you. So I'm assuming nobody here gives a shit about you and hope that you don't give a shit about them in return. In a fairly short amount of time, this place is going to be exterminated. And you're going to look a lot like a rat to the exterminators.
Yeah, I think I heard North
Florida-
Dakota's nice this
How
time
about
of year.
Florida? It's already a lost cause.
Yeah, but
You can set up a racket at Disney World. It'll be great. Just tell everybody you're goofy.
I will get out of Dodge as soon as I'm out of here.
Wonderful. I am going to go hide now until
Hmm.
Dr. Bright shows up.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
And he just kind of rocks back against the wall.
Yep. And I am going to go find vents
Okay.
to climb into. Overtone and speak. Never mind. False alarm.
Here to share with the class?
Yeah, they've got a Black Spiral dancer in one of their experimentation. You know what I'm talking about.
The fuck are they doing? Why would they keep a Black Spiral prisoner?
Probably because they figure he's more value to him as genetic material than what he is than without. They need to clone their spirals somewhere.
Fucking hell.
It's fine. I've got a little bit of time until Dr. Bright shows up, so I am going to go climb into this very, very, very comfy air duct and settle in.
Did you manage to avoid the cameras on your way in?
I'm not
So-
worried about him.
I
Dr. Bright will
doubt
know
it.
that you were there.
He might. Don't worry. I've got a plan.
Good luck.
Uh, sorry, I'm just trying to picture you in an air vent. It's giving me joy.
I am in. This is not the tightest spot that I've ever had to crawl into.
Oh, I'm sure it's not.
Because usually I do it for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very flexible.
Yeah.
Those contortionist classes paid off. Excuse
Cool.
me. God damn. Okay, I'm good.
You got a chiropractor too, I'd imagine.
We're shifters. We don't need chiropractors. We just change form and then everything works itself out and then we change back.
Hey, hi. I keep having to remind people I'm new to this, so I'm gonna have like not relevant jokes. So
So
It's a
about
great way
20
to-
minutes passes.
It's a great way to detangle your fur too, by the way. Or I guess that's not a worry for you.
no.
I'm just saying
About,
sometimes you get fluids in your fur and you need to
Generally, you know, my feathers remain under.
Sorry.
so about 20, 30 minutes pass as you are in the vent, and you hear a code being typed and that door from the far end open. And an
Mhm.
individual, late 40s, early 50s, sort of just swept back, blonde going into white-ish hair, lab coat with a clipboard, pen, and a younger assistant in similar clothing, a bun of hair atop her head. Dr. Bright presses the intercom, asks a few questions. You see he slides a panel up and it shows vital signs,
Mhm.
which you did not see any sort of detection equipment on Devin. But it is capturing heart rate, like oxygen levels, all of your regular vital statistics.
Right.
Would you be close enough to hear the conversation, or
I think so, yes.
So the first question is how are you feeling? And Devin gives the response back, shitty as always. When do I get out of here? That is something we are discussing, and we will allow you exit in due time. And he has Devin run a few just basic endurance tests that the assistant leads and takes notes for. And Dr. Bright is monitoring vital statistics the entire time. It looks as if they're trying to assess the difference, how big the difference between human and Krynos form, a natural born werewolf is. Like exactly where the delineation of strength comes from.
Right.
And there's a moment where Devin does something, and the doctor just reaches into his pocket, pulls out a small remote, presses a button, and Devin hits the ground. His body writhes in pain a little bit, and the doctor takes the button off. And he sort of sits up and launches his whole body at the glass and is screaming at the top of his lungs. You can't hear any of it, but you can tell.
I am going to try to quietly sneak out while there is a big raging monster slamming at the glass in front of them, hopefully garnering their attention. I'm going to try to sneak out of my vent.
Dex and stealth, difficulty
Yep.
7.
I will spend a willpower on this. And Dex stealth. Stealth. Oh, actually, before I do this, just to be safe, I will blur the Milky Eye. So to make it harder in case that's manipulation self.
Okay.
If 8. All right. So that is I believe that's just a +3. Each success increases the difficulty of all perception rolls made to detect me by 1. So +3 difficulty to detect me. I am predator mode. And then Dex stealth. If 7 with a willpower. So that's 3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah, it's fair to say that you're able to slip out with the between the distraction and your the use of your gift, you're able to sneak out fairly unheard and unseen.
How loud is Devin's swirling and slamming at the wall or the glass and stuff out here? Would it muffle other sounds potentially? So that at least like security can't like anything like that might be.
Yeah, you can hear it through because to access the vent you needed to actually leave the observation area. So
Mhm.
you have that door between you and the like 40 some feet between you and Devin, and you're still hearing the impact.
Okay. I sneak my way on in. I'm going to try and sneak up behind the two of them and then shoot the assistant in the head and punch out Dr. Bright.
Okay.
One of them is probably a guru and I'm probably fucked, but this is her plan. I have the overconfident flaw.
Okay. Go ahead and I need another sneak. So another dex and
Yep.
stealth. The scene has not changed. Blur the Milky Eye is still up.
So that was less good.
Do you have a specialty in Dex that might be helping?
Preternatural grace.
Yeah,
Okay, so 1 success.
1 success. And it's difficulty 9 to perceive you,
Difficulty
correct?
9 to perceive me, correct.
That's either they got successes or they just botched. I can't tell
So,
which.
that is her roll. That is his roll. So just as you have pulled your gun and have leveled it at this girl, she locks eyes with you and you pull the trigger.
Okay. We're about to find out if I'm about to be in combat with like I don't know. Something real bad. Motherfucker. All right. Well, actually,
That is a hit.
could that be? Am I close enough? Did I manage to get close enough? Because that was my plan. That this could be considered point blank range because that's a -2 difficulty.
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Okay. So that would actually be 1, 2, 3, 4. That would actually be 5, 6 because there are a lot of
There are a lot of 5s and 4s in there, yeah.
there are a lot of 5s. Yeah. So damage attack extra successes would be 5. 5 damage to the head from a gunshot.
Yeah, so she goes down like a sack of bricks. And the doctor clutches his ears and backs away into the observation chamber as his assistant sprays him with blood, and the shot just reverberates in here.
Yep.
You have canine hearing. It's loud as fuck in here.
Yep.
It's a slight bit disorienting, but not enough to actively tilt you one way or the other. And yeah, Dr. Bright,
Twink.
you immediately hands her up.
Hi, Doc. What's
You
up?
missed the opportunity. I was about to say you missed the opportunity for the bug reference.
I have, what the fuck is going on?
How do you feel about a car ride?
Conflicted. Does that car ride end with me being buried somewhere?
I don't think so. The car ride doesn't. What happens after we get out of the car, and depending on how that goes, it doesn't matter. You're coming with me anyways. This is just banter.
You are the woman with the gun.
You're goddamn right. I am. I look down. I take a quick glance down at the assistant. Does the assistant look like they are slowly healing or getting up or anything like that?
The chunk of brain you can see sort of tells you probably not.
I mean, fair.
But no, you wait for a second. You're definitely like, okay, this bitch gonna get back up. That was a lot more anticlimactic than I thought I'd be. Let's go.
Right, pretty much. All right, here is the deal. How much do you like being alive?
I would say I'm rather attached to the mortal coil.
Okay. We are going to we know where that exit to the down below is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the sewer exit is nearby.
would have seen it on their way in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are taking a trip down into the sewers and then back out. I can promise you, you will be perfectly fine up to that point, as long as you don't do anything that makes it harder for us to get there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Don't activate any silent alarms or make a phone call secretly from my pocket.
Or
That
scream,
sort of
help,
thing.
help, help. Yes, none of that. Don't try to run at any point. I assume that you like your ankles. And I don't need them. And I'm a good shot.
Much like most of my body, I am quite attached to them.
All right, we're gonna go now. I hit the button. Devin, doing business with you. I'll be back at some point.
Yeah, I believe that.
Doc, is there a way to open this thing remotely?
The doctor
Like
slowly reaches
how do you
in.
let
He takes his hand back out of his pocket.
help me? Don't show me.
Left pocket.
Yep.
There's a small remote control, basically.
What's the range on this?
About 15, 20 meters, give or take.
How far is the door to the downstairs or to the sewer? Can I activate this from the other side of that door? Essentially, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
All right. All right. After you, Doc.
I do believe the old adage goes ladies first.
I believe the adage goes, the person with the gun makes the fucking rules. Click.
You would be the expert? And just walks out.
Yep. And I follow along. As soon as we get to the door, I will give Devin a look. Push the button and then step through.
In the brief second, a seam in the wall, in the glass wall you did not see before, just opens, and Devin is able to walk right out, and that the door.
Yep. And we are heading down out of the building from below. Good news, Overtone. I got Dr. Bright.
Well, that answers one problem.
Okay, where are you coming out?
From the stinky part.
Oh, joy of joys.
I couldn't exactly risk taking him through the front door.
I mean that
I am. He and I are both somewhat spattered with brain.
Well, at least you finally got some. All right. I will meet you by the ritual meal in my not bird form.
Oh, I get some all the time. Oh, you meant brains.
Yes.
I don't know. I think this is a pretty ingenious plan. See you in the sewer.
I'm not going to the sewer. You are.
Oh, I need you to meet me there.
So needy. Okay.
So yeah, that's the plan.
So as you are climbing out of the sewers, you are met by Carrie. Is this another associate of yours?
Yes, Alexander, I would like you to meet somebody whose name you are not going to know, just in case you're free.
That's another thing. How do you know my name and credentials?
We will talk about that once we take you into my van.
That is never a good sentence.
Come along, sunshine.
Whatever country I live in.
Come along, sunshine. I hope you like musicals.
Please don't tell me that you came from Argentina, where your family emigrated from Germany or something like that.
Oh heavens, no! I'm in Cornwall.
Where now?
Cornwall, England. He's a Brit.
Worse. Somehow worse. Let's get him into the van.
All right,
It's fine. You do not have to worry about your safety or your pain threshold for at least the next. How long does it take to get to
About an hour.
for at least the next hour, and then from there, that is all dependent entirely on you, how cooperative you are.
I mean, to be fair, it's also judging based on how she drives. So, you know.
I drive perfectly as we're walking along. I drive perfectly well, bitch. You know that.
Okay, so that's what all the trees you took out would say?
Okay, that doesn't count. There's a raccoon in the fucking middle of the road.
So
I was
love to talk to
nowhere.
I would love to talk to the tree spirits about
Sorry, it was a coyote in the middle of the road. That's my bad. It was a coyote. There was an animal in the middle of the road.
Yeah, there was an animal behind the wheel too.
So you get Dr. Bright
Thank
into
you.
the car. or into the van and start heading back to Callisto's.
Yep, absolutely.
Hey,
He does not talk if you do not talk.
hey,
I do not talk.
Kit. Hey, Crystal, what music should we listen to?
All right, first of all, we weren't giving our real names.
Sorry.
You notice how I didn't tell him your name? That's just rude.
I was totem speak. Hello.
Oh, okay, if it's totem speak, then that okay, fair enough.
Hey, jackass. This is out loud. Hey, jackass. What music are we listening to?
Well, if you put it that way, and I switch, I turn on Spotify and I switch to Lou Reed's Metal Machine music. I don't know if people are familiar with that album. It's literally just the sound of grinding metal for 60 minutes.
Yeah,
It's the greatest troll album in the history of troll
it's
albums.
basically just factory noises for an hour.
Uh-huh.
That is glorious. Yeah. He doesn't at all look unnerved by the time you guys park the car in the middle of the woods. Callisto. We will switch over here for the time being. In the time after you have come home, Ringtail has left your house as you previously found it and has not touched anything. He let you know that he was very good and sat on the couch the entire time. He didn't get up and touch anything.
Callisto, hearing that very specific attempt at defending oneself, will check and make sure that is the case.
It is in fact the case this time. Ringtail did not do anything that you can tell.
Okay.
You might
Thought
be
I could
down a
tell.
flower or two,
That's whatever.
but
Or a pack of gummy bears.
Connor gives Ringtail a pack of gummy bears.
fuck yeah.
Good job,
yeah,
buddy.
he tears into it.
Now, a pack of gummy bears or a pack of very special blend?
Do not drug your pack totem.
Please do not drug your pack totem.
These are not the drugged gummy bears.
Okay.
Callisto starts cooking for like over a dozen people.
About you'd venture a half hour till sunset because you're able to keep pretty good time in here.
Considering I have natural light everywhere, yeah.
There's a knock at the door,
Come in.
and Mother Webb, Doc,
Thomas
Hey.
Killorn.
yeah, Thomas Killorn, and One Wing, Dancing Cackle, and the Ajaba that you guys met. The were hyena. My brain's working. I swear.
I don't remember their name either, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
At the moot the previous night, the ritual, and they take place as Mother Webb sits right in the center of your couch next to Ringtail, and the two of them begin having a lengthy conversation in spirit speech.
Welcome all to the Greenwood house, she says as she starts putting out plates of various food. She's essentially just made a buffet spread for people to take what they want.
Just after sunset, the rest of the Farah pile in, and about 2-3 minutes after they have piled in, there is a knock, and Doom of the Mountain in his full wolf form is in front of you, along with 4 other members from the tribe, Blossoming Dancer amongst them.
Is Thunder there?
Yes.
She looks them over. All right, you've made your entrance. Now shrink down to a form that you can actually eat food with and come inside.
He goes into his Hamid form and steps inside, and there's an immediate it's very much any bar scene when one guy walks in and everybody stops to look for half a second. And then most of the room goes back to doing what they were doing, except for Mother Webb, who has not stopped staring directly into the eyes of Doom of the Mountain from the moment he walked into the room.
Someone's in trouble.
Yeah, so Callisto, as she walks in, just assembled Farah, Doom of the Mountain, Elder Sept leader of the Sept of the Towering Giants, and his entourage.
Mother Webb stands. We are the United Federation, or Coalition of Farah. My name is Mother Webb, and as far as we are concerned, that is all you need to know about me. So, I have to know, what do you make of this? How quickly
Callisto,
are
by the
you-
way, in the time since everyone else arrived, has given Mother Webb and everyone else the folders that she has and filled them in on the info.
Because this cannot stand. They are planning a full breach of the Umbral realms. You cannot tell me otherwise.
What was the name of the thing under the lake?
Hellbreaker.
Yeah, no, I don't quite fancy letting Hellbreaker out of his chains, considering.
I think the safest and quickest move would be to just kill everybody in the Enjon building. But I have been informed that that's not the easiest or best solution.
I mean, it would be the easiest solution. We would just be running the risk of losing who knows how many of your own, and who knows how many of people in there that are of particular value.
It's about this time you guys hear a van pull up.
And that'll be our interrogation subject of the hour.
Mother Webb just starts. Giggling is a strange word for the noise coming out of her mouth, but it's the most akin you can get. As close to giggling as a 96-year-old woman who's been smoking since she was 5 could make. And yeah,
Door opens. Yep.
Crystal,
Head in.
Carrie, and an individual in a lab coat step in.
I brought the hors d'oeuvres. I'm
Eat it
kidding.
all.
Don't
got
eat him.
Not that you want to, but we've got a present for you.
Not funny in the car, not funny here.
It's a little funny in the car. It's less funny here.
I'm not trying to be funny.
Callisto just looks over. Madam, she says, looking over at the Mother Web, I believe that you are the specialist in this particular field. If there's any questions you'd like to ask first.
And she just leans forward, looks at Doom of the Mountain, and then looks at Dr. Bright and goes, why do you want to replicate the Farah? We have not been a part of your fight for this long. You have focused otherwise in other areas. Why the interest in us now? and she smiles, and when she does, she lets back just a little bit more of her mouth than usual to show those what are they called?
Needle-like teeth.
Yeah, the needle-like teeth on those palpets just sort of dangling in the center, or dangling in her mouth. And the Crystal, you put a hand on the doctor's back as he takes a step backward.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of that we're not going anywhere, bud. Sort of motion, and he is guided to a chair.
Now, doctor, let's not be rude to our elders.
Dimitri is the one who ordered it. He said that while the wolves are a fantastic tool, there's untapped potential living in the woods around Sacramento. So unfortunately, we made the decision to go after other local flora and fauna.
I think unfortunately is the right way to put it.
Given the current circumstances, it is the best word I can use. I'm assuming I'm not walking out of here alive because of my research.
We'll see.
That ultimately
I'm-
depends on how valuable you make yourself as a living being.
Have you ever, the stories of, the little kid hackers who then get caught and then end up working for the government?
Yeah, vaguely, yes.
We'll see how this goes.
All right. What else about my research do you want to know? And that is where we are going to end for the week. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.